neither were those ladies. Thank you, Hinda. Sorry we lost you there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go
Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I think it's very un-American. You can't tell by looking at someone whether or not they're legal, and that irritates me when people say, "Oh, they're probably illegal." You don't know by looking at someone. It would take verification, and I just feel like, why is ICE harassing people? I think, like I said, now if you come here illegally, they all know, and Document people all know that they are taking a risk by coming here, and there is a risk that they could be caught and they could be deported. However, I don't agree with the lack of due process. I don't agree with that. And the last thing I want to say is the difference between Obama and Trump. I think it was the tactics. To me, in my opinion, from what I experienced in seeing Obama as president versus Trump, it seemed like Obama, he did it a lot more quietly and hush-hush, and then we started finding out these reports about these people that were separated near the border, and they were separated from their children, and they were breaking up these families. They couldn't pair these children back with their parents. I definitely thought that was wrong to take children away from their parents. I didn't agree with that. Like I said, I think Obama was more hush-hush. Trump is just more overt. Like the commercials on TV, like you see, like, leave the country now, like Kristi Noem, get out of here. If you're illegal, you need to go now. Them sending emails to people, and even American citizens are mistakenly getting these emails that they should self-deport themselves. I feel like it's a lot of like tactics to like get media attention, like a machine to intimidate and to scare people, frankly. And I think that's un-American. Like I said, the legality, yes, you can, but just because you can, should you deporting people to third world countries, not back to their country of origin? They're stuck in some weird limbo in Sudan and in Panama. I think that's really crazy. And my other concern is, I'll say this, I want to let someone else talk. My other concern is how we're viewed by the world now. And if we as Americans travel to foreign countries, how are those foreign countries, right, going to treat us, right? Knowing what we're doing to them or to other countries. I've traveled to, my husband's from Nicaragua, he has a green card. I've traveled to Nicaragua as an American, and nobody was pulling me over and asking to see my documents or papers, or I wasn't harassed or anything like that. I was free to, once I made it through the airport and showed my passport, I was free to shop and tour and be a tourist and travel and all that stuff. So I am concerned, like, if I go to another one, if I was to travel, to one of these countries, how would I be received? How would their government now treat me, knowing how we're treating their people? I think that is a concern for U.S. diplomats and people that are living, U.S. citizens that are living overseas. Could there be some type of retaliation? And that's all.
Just tell them you're Canadian, Hinda. Chris.
Hey, what's going on, Gary?
Hey, all is well.
All is, man. Let's answer the question. Are ICE tactics un-American? Well, Gary, I'll have to tell you, I'm a Black American. African-American, slavery descendant, all the above. It's pretty damn American to watch white people, not even just specifically white people, but authoritarians wearing masks telling people that they can't be here. Do I think it's correct? Hell no. I think this is one of the craziest tactics that I think Trump has actively used, which is to actively scare not only immigrants and native, let's say Hispanic individuals, because we're not speaking directly we're not speaking about immigrants specifically. We're speaking about demographic of immigrants, because I'm sure the Germans and the Swedish and the Russians, they're not nervous. They're not scared at all as what could possibly happen with the masked ICE agents that are harassing at this point normal people that could possibly, air quote, look like they're immigrants. And again, I don't know how you dictate how a person looks. I did go over that checklist that they had for the air quote immigrants that they were searching for that wore Nike and Jordan apparel and had crown tattoos and very, very, very obvious and cultural tattoos and clothing for those people that they were looking for. So very easy to harass and pick those people out of the lineup. But as being un-American, I don't know if this is un-American. Maybe with